The arrival. The spacecraft glided through the shadowed expanse of space, its hull reflecting the dim light of distant stars. Inside, the crew of the Echo Star prepared for their descent onto the icy moon below. Captain Zara Alden, a seasoned leader with a reputation for unwavering resolve, stood at the helm. Her eyes, sharp and focused, scanned the monitors showing the approach to their destination. "We're approaching the coordinates," Zara announced, her voice steady despite the tension that crackled in the air. Her crew, Eric, the tech specialist with a knack for deciphering ancient systems, and Rin, the ship's pilot and a master strategist, moved with practiced efficiency. Eric's fingers danced over the console, inputting the final approach parameters. "Captain, we're detecting a faint signal from the facility. It seems operational, but there's no clear indication of life forms." "Let's hope it's not just a ghost signal," Zara replied. Her thoughts were consumed with the mission ahead. They were searching for a weapon from humanity's lost era, rumored to possess capabilities beyond their wildest dreams. The ship's descent was smooth, the landing gear extending and touching down on a crumbling platform. The crew donned their environmental suits, their breath fogging up the visors as they stepped out onto the frozen surface. The facility loomed before them, its structure partially buried under layers of ice and debris. Zara's heart quickened with a mix of excitement and apprehension. "Eric, try to interface with the facility's systems. Rin, stay alert." Eric approached the entrance, his suit's sensors flickering as he worked on bypassing the facility's security. "This isn't as easy as we hoped. The system seems to be heavily modified. I don't recognize the coding." "Keep at it," Zara urged. "We need to get inside." Minutes passed, and Eric's frustration grew. "Captain, the coding is unlike anything I've ever seen. It's as if they rewrote it from scratch." Zara's gaze shifted to Rain, who was scanning the perimeter. "We might need to force our way in." Rin's voice crackled through the comms. "I'm seeing some movement in the distance. It could be a patrol." Eric's face paled as he noticed the changes in the system. "Captain, I think we're being watched. There's someone, or something, inside." Zara nodded. "All right, let's breach the entrance. Prepare yourselves." Eric hesitated but then activated the breach protocol. The door hissed open, revealing a dark corridor bathed in a ghostly light. The crew entered cautiously, the eerie silence broken only by the distant hum of machinery. Inside, the facility was a labyrinth of ancient technology and long-abandoned corridors. The lights flickered to life as the system slowly powered up, illuminating the decaying interior. "Stay close," Zara instructed. "We don't know what to expect." As they ventured deeper, they came across preserved remains of previous inhabitants, their bodies encased in a layer of ice. The sight was unsettling, but the crew pressed on, following the faint signals that guided them. A sense of anticipation filled the air. They had come for a weapon, but what they found was a mystery wrapped in the enigma of a forgotten era. The unexpected encounter. The crew continued through the dimly lit hallways, their footsteps echoing against the cold metal walls. The facility seemed almost alive, the machinery clicking and whirring as if waking from a long slumber. Zara led the way, her eyes scanning every corner for potential threats. Eric, his face illuminated by the faint glow of his visor, was absorbed in deciphering the facility's systems. "I'm picking up something on the data stream. It's not just environmental controls. There's a core system here." "Can you access it?" Zara asked, her voice edged with impatience. Eric shook his head. "It's heavily encrypted. We'll need to find a way to bypass the security measures." Rin, ever vigilant, kept an eye on the security feeds displayed on his visor. "Captain, I'm detecting movement. It's faint, but something or someone is approaching." "Everyone, get ready," Zara commanded. "We need to be prepared for anything." As they rounded a corner, the crew was met with a surprising sight. A figure stood in the center of the corridor, illuminated by the flickering lights. The figure was humanoid, clad in a suit of advanced armor that seemed almost alien in its design. "Identify yourself," Zara ordered, her hand instinctively reaching for her sidearm. The figure raised a hand in a gesture of peace. "Greetings, visitors. I am Oron, the guardian of this facility. You have entered a place of great importance." Zara's eyes narrowed. "Guardian, what's your role here?" Oron's voice was calm and measured. "I am here to protect the knowledge and technology of this facility. What brings you to this forgotten world?" Eric stepped forward, his curiosity piqued. "We're searching for a weapon, an artifact from humanity's past. Can you help us?" Oron's expression remained inscrutable. "The weapon you seek is not easily found. It lies hidden within the depths of this facility, and retrieving it will not be without challenges." Zara nodded. "We're prepared for whatever lies ahead. Can you guide us to it?" Oron considered for a moment before nodding. "Very well. Follow me. But be warned, the path ahead is fraught with danger." The crew followed Oron through a series of twisting corridors and descending stairwells. The air grew colder and the atmosphere more tense. As they ventured deeper, the facility seemed to come alive, its systems humming with an almost sentient awareness. "Why is this facility so well preserved?" Reen asked. "It's been abandoned for centuries." Oron glanced back. The facility was designed to endure through the ages. Its purpose was too important to be left to decay. "The technology here is advanced beyond your current understanding." Eric's eyes lit up with excitement. "This is incredible. If we can access the core systems, we might learn so much more." Oron led them to a large chamber, filled with complex machinery and ancient consoles. At the center of the room was a massive control panel, its surfaces covered in unfamiliar symbols and lights. "This is the heart of the facility," Oron explained. "The core systems are located here. But be cautious, the security measures are formidable." Zara took a deep breath. "Eric, start working on the control panel. Rin, keep an eye out for any potential threats." As Eric began to interface with the panel, the room was filled with a series of beeps and whirs. The machinery seemed to respond to his efforts, but progress was slow. Oron watched with a mixture of curiosity and concern. The core systems are protected by layers of encryption. It will take time to decipher them. The crew settled into work, their focus unwavering. They had come this far, and they were determined to see their mission through. The facility's secrets were waiting to be uncovered, and the weapon they sought was within reach. The core revelation. The room buzzed with anticipation as Elric continued his work on the control panel. The cryptic symbols and ancient technology presented a challenge, but Eric's expertise shone through as he slowly made progress. "Captain, I'm getting some interesting readings," Eric said, his voice tinged with excitement. "It looks like the core system is starting to come online. We might be getting closer to the weapon." Zara nodded. "Keep going. We don't have much time." Rin's vigilance remained unbroken. His eyes scanned the surroundings, ever alert for any signs of danger. The atmosphere in the chamber was tense, with every sound amplified by the facility's cold silence. Oron paced nearby, his expression thoughtful. "The weapon you seek is not just a tool of destruction. It has a history, a purpose beyond mere conflict. It was designed to change the course of history." Eric's focus was unwavering as he worked through the encryption. "If we can access the core systems, we might be able to learn more about the weapon's true nature." Suddenly, the control panel emitted a series of beeps and lights flickered in response. The massive doors on the opposite side of the chamber began to open, revealing a hidden passage. "This is it," Zara said, her voice filled with determination. "We've unlocked the way forward." The crew moved cautiously into the newly revealed passage. The corridor was narrow and lined with old machinery that had long since stopped functioning. The air was thick with dust, and every step seemed to stir up ancient secrets. As they ventured deeper, the passageway opened into a vast underground chamber. At its center stood a large, ornate container, surrounded by intricate symbols and energy fields. "This must be it," Zara said, her eyes fixed on the container. "The weapon is inside." Oron approached the container with reverence. "What you see before you is a relic of a bygone era. It is a powerful artifact, but it is also a key. To access it, you must prove your worth." Eric's eyes widened. "What kind of test are we talking about?" Oron gestured to the symbols around the container. "These symbols represent trials of wisdom, courage, and unity. You must complete these trials to gain access to the weapon." Zara's gaze was resolute. "We're ready for whatever challenges lie ahead." The crew approached the first trial, a series of complex puzzles and riddles. Eric took the lead, using his technical knowledge to solve the intricate designs. The symbols glowed as he worked, and the chamber responded with subtle shifts in its energy field. With each trial they completed, the crew's bond grew stronger. They faced challenges that tested their intellect, their bravery, and their ability to work together. The trials were not merely physical, but required them to overcome their fears and doubts. As the final trial was completed, the ornate container began to open. Inside was a weapon of unimaginable power, its design a blend of advanced technology and ancient artistry. "This is incredible," Eric said, his voice filled with awe. "The technology here is beyond anything we've ever seen." Zara examined the weapon carefully. "This could change everything, but we need to understand it fully before we can use it." Oron nodded. "You have proven yourselves worthy. The weapon is now yours to study and, if necessary, to wield." The crew looked at each other with a sense of accomplishment. Their mission was a success, but the true challenge lay ahead. They had uncovered a powerful artifact, but understanding its purpose and potential would be a task for the future. As they prepared to leave the facility, Zara reflected on the journey they had undertaken. The trials they faced had tested their resolve and their unity, and they had emerged stronger for it. "We've accomplished what we set out to do," Zara said, "but this is just the beginning. We need to be prepared for whatever comes next." The crew of the Echo Star left the facility with a renewed sense of purpose. The weapon they had uncovered was a symbol of human ingenuity and determination, and its secrets were now theirs to explore. As they ascended back into space, the icy moon below receded into the distance. The future was uncertain, but the crew was ready to face whatever challenges awaited them. Their journey had only just begun, and the path ahead was filled with possibilities. Echoes of the past continued. Eric's brow furrowed in concentration as he analyzed the data. "The weapon's core is unlike anything I've ever seen. It's both incredibly advanced and deeply rooted in ancient technology. It's clear that whoever built this had an understanding of physics and engineering far beyond our current capabilities." Rin, who was keeping watch at the sensors, looked up. "Captain, we're approaching the space station. I recommend we dock and begin our analysis immediately." Zara nodded, her mind racing with the possibilities of what the weapon could mean for humanity. "Agreed. Let's get to work." The Echo Star docked at the space station, and the crew quickly began the process of disembarking and setting up their analysis equipment. The station buzzed with activity as scientists and engineers gathered to examine the weapon. Eric led the way to a secure lab where the weapon was carefully placed on a central table. The lab was filled with advanced technology and tools designed for deep analysis. As the crew worked, the room was filled with a hum of activity and the occasional crackle of excitement. "Captain, this might take some time," Eric said as he set up his equipment. "The weapon's systems are incredibly complex. We'll need to run a series of diagnostic tests to understand its functions and capabilities." Zara nodded. "Understood. Let's get as much information as we can." As the tests began, the crew took turns analyzing the weapon's various components. They discovered that it was not just a weapon, but a multifunctional device capable of various applications, from advanced defense mechanisms to energy manipulation. Meanwhile, Rin was busy reviewing the data logs and schematics that accompanied the weapon. The more I dig into this, the more I realize that this weapon wasn't designed for conventional warfare. It's more of a tool, a key to unlocking new technologies and possibilities. Zara joined Rin at the console. What are you suggesting? Rin's eyes gleamed with excitement. The weapon's true potential might be in its ability to integrate with other systems and technologies. If we can understand how it works, we might be able to develop new advancements or even revolutionize our current tech. Eric chimed in from his station. That's correct. The weapon's design indicates that it was intended to interface with various systems, possibly even extraterrestrial ones. It could be a bridge to new forms of technology and knowledge. As they continued their work, the crew began to uncover fragments of information about the weapon's origin. The ancient symbols and designs on the weapon suggested that it was part of a larger network of technologies spread across the galaxy. We're piecing together a larger puzzle, Zara said, her voice filled with determination. If this weapon is part of a network, there may be more of these devices scattered throughout the galaxy. We need to find out where they are and what they can do. Elric nodded in agreement. This could lead to a new era of discovery for humanity. But it also means we need to be cautious. There's no telling what other civilizations or factions might be interested in these technologies. The crew worked tirelessly over the next few days, their efforts yielding a wealth of new information and insights. The weapon was not just a relic, but a key to unlocking new possibilities and advancing human knowledge. As the initial analysis concluded, Zara gathered her team for a briefing. We've made significant progress, but there's still much to learn. Our next steps will involve exploring potential connections to other technologies and investigating the origins of this weapon. Elric and Rin exchanged glances, their excitement palpable. We're on the brink of something monumental, Elric said. We just need to stay focused and continue our research. Zara's gaze was resolute. We've taken the first step in a journey that could redefine our understanding of the universe. Let's make sure we're prepared for whatever comes next. The crew of the Echo Star stood united, their resolve strengthened by the discoveries they had made. The future was filled with uncertainty, but they were ready to face the challenges and explore the possibilities that lay ahead. As they looked out at the stars, they knew that their journey was far from over. The weapon they had recovered was just the beginning of a new chapter in humanity's quest for knowledge and advancement. The echoes of the past had guided them to this point, and the path forward was illuminated by the promise of discovery and innovation. Unforeseen threats. The excitement of their recent discoveries was tempered by a growing sense of urgency. The crew of the Echo Star knew that their mission had attracted attention beyond their own sphere. The powerful weapon they had recovered was a significant find, and they were not the only ones interested in its potential. One evening, as the crew was engrossed in their studies, an alert sounded throughout the space station. Rin's voice was tense as he called out from the sensor array. "Captain, we've detected an unidentified spacecraft approaching. It's moving fast and on an intercept course." Zara's face hardened. "Prepare for possible contact. Eric, how's our analysis of the weapon going?" Eric looked up from his workstation. "We've made some breakthroughs, but we're not done yet. If this craft is a threat, we need to be ready." The crew moved quickly, securing the weapon and preparing for the worst. The unidentified spacecraft drew closer, its silhouette becoming more defined against the backdrop of stars. It was sleek and ominous, clearly not of human design. The craft docked with the space station, and a series of hissing sounds indicated the connection was complete. Zara and her team prepared for a potential confrontation, their weapons ready and their minds alert. A hatch on the docked spacecraft opened, and a group of figures emerged. They were clad in dark, imposing armor, their faces obscured by helmets. The leader of the group, a tall figure with a commanding presence, stepped forward. "I am Commander Vekar of the Zora Syndicate," the figure announced, his voice echoing through the helmet's speakers. "I understand you have come into possession of something that belongs to us." Zara met Vekar's gaze with steely resolve. "We have recovered an artifact of significant importance. If you have a claim, You'll need to provide evidence and negotiate. Vekar's eyes narrow behind his visor. This artifact is part of a larger network of technology that we have been tracking for some time. It is our right to retrieve it. Eric stepped forward, his voice steady. The weapon is a piece of advanced technology with unknown origins. It was found abandoned on a distant moon. We are currently studying it for its potential benefits. Vekar's posture was uncompromising. The Zorah Syndicate has its own interests in this technology. We will not allow it to fall into the hands of those who do not understand its significance. Zorah took a deep breath, assessing the situation. We are not interested in conflict. We seek knowledge and advancement for the benefit of all. If there is a mutual interest, we should discuss it. Vekar considered her words, then nodded. Very well. I will arrange for a meeting with my superiors. But be warned, we will not tolerate any attempts to deceive us. The tension in the room was palpable as Vekar and his team departed, leaving the crew of the Echo Star to process the encounter. The Zorah Syndicate's interest in the weapon was a serious complication, and the crew needed to be cautious. Zara gathered her team for a debriefing. We've made contact with a powerful faction. They claim ownership of the technology we've recovered. We need to be prepared for any eventuality. Eric looked thoughtful. If the Zorah Syndicate has been tracking this technology, there may be more of these artifacts scattered across the galaxy. We need to understand their true purpose and ensure they don't fall into the wrong hands. Rin nodded in agreement. We should also consider the possibility that other factions may become aware of our findings. We need to stay vigilant and protect our research. The crew's focus shifted to their next steps. They needed to continue their analysis of the weapon while preparing for any further interactions with the Zorah Syndicate or other interested parties. As the crew resumed their work, they knew that the stakes had been raised. The weapon they had recovered was a key to unlocking new technologies, but it also attracted the attention of powerful factions. The path forward would be fraught with challenges, but the crew of the Echo Star was ready to face whatever came their way. Allies and adversaries. The encounter with the Zorah Syndicate left the crew of the Echo Star on high alert. They knew that their research had attracted significant attention, and their next moves would be crucial in navigating the delicate balance between discovery and diplomacy. As they continued their analysis of the weapon, the crew received a transmission from an unexpected source. The message was from an independent research group known as the Astra Collective, renowned for their expertise in ancient technologies and their neutral stance in interstellar politics. The message was concise and to the point. Greetings from the Astra Collective. We have been monitoring your recent discoveries and believe we can offer assistance. We have expertise in analyzing ancient technologies and can provide valuable insights into the weapon you have recovered. Zara considered the message carefully. The Astra Collective could be a valuable ally. Their expertise could help us understand the weapon's full potential and navigate the situation with the Zorah Syndicate. Eric agreed. It's worth reaching out to them. They could provide crucial information and support. The crew coordinated with the Astra Collective, and within a few days, a delegation arrived at the space station. The representatives were a diverse group of scientists and diplomats, each bringing their own expertise to the table. Dr. Lyra Cade, the lead researcher from the Astra Collective, introduced herself. We appreciate the opportunity to collaborate with you. Our team has extensive experience with ancient technologies, and we believe we can assist you in deciphering the weapon's complexities. Zara welcomed the delegation. We're eager to share our findings and work together. The weapon we recovered is unlike anything we've encountered, and your expertise could be invaluable. The joint effort began with a thorough review of the weapon's data and components. Dr. Cade and her team worked alongside Eric and Rin, combining their knowledge and resources to uncover new insights. As they worked, Dr. Cade shared information about the Zorah Syndicate and other factions that had shown interest in ancient technologies. The Zorah Syndicate is known for its aggressive pursuit of technology, but they are not the only ones. Zara listened intently. We need to ensure that our research remains secure and that we're prepared for any potential threats. Dr. Cade nodded. Absolutely. Collaboration and vigilance will be key. The more we understand about the weapon and its context, the better equipped we'll be to handle any challenges that arise. The joint analysis revealed new details about the weapon's design and capabilities. It was clear that the technology was advanced and had connections to other artifacts scattered across the galaxy. The weapon's potential extended beyond its immediate functions, offering the possibility of unlocking new forms of energy and communication. Meanwhile, the crew remained vigilant for any further contact from the Zorath Syndicate or other factions. The arrival of the Astra Collective provided a welcome boost in their efforts, but the situation remained fluid and unpredictable. As the collaborative research progressed, Zara reflected on the importance of alliances and diplomacy. The discoveries they had made were significant, but navigating the complexities of interstellar politics and technology required a delicate balance. The crew of the Echo Star was united in their mission to explore and understand the weapon's potential. With the support of the Astra Collective and their own determination, they were prepared to face the challenges ahead and ensure that their discoveries contributed to the greater good. The path forward. The collaboration between the crew of the Echo Star and the Astra Collective continued to yield promising results. The insights gained from their joint efforts provided a clearer picture of the weapon's purpose and potential. As the final stages of their analysis approached, Zara convened a meeting with her team and the Astra Collective delegation. We've made significant progress in understanding the weapon, but we need to discuss our next steps and how to address the challenges we face. Dr. Lyra Cade spoke first. Our analysis has confirmed that the weapon is part of a larger network of technologies. It has the potential to unlock new advancements and facilitate communication across vast distances. However, its true purpose remains partly enigmatic. Elric added, "We've also identified several potential applications for the technology, ranging from energy generation to advanced defense systems. The implications for humanity are enormous." Zara nodded. Given the significance of this discovery, we need to consider how to proceed. We must ensure that our research remains secure and that we approach any future interactions with other factions with caution. Dr. Cade agreed. We recommend a phased approach. First, continue your research and analysis in collaboration with the Astra Collective. Second, establish protocols for protecting the weapon and its data from unauthorized access. Finally, engage in diplomatic efforts to manage relations with the Zorath Syndicate and other interested parties. Rin chimed in, we should also consider outreach to other research and exploration groups. Expanding our network of allies could provide additional support and resources. Zara looked around at her team and the Astra Collective representatives. We faced numerous challenges and made incredible discoveries. Now, we must navigate the complexities of this new era with care and foresight. Our goal is to advance knowledge and ensure that our findings benefit humanity as a whole. With a renewed sense of purpose, the crew of the Echo Star began to implement the recommendations. They continued their research, developed protocols to safeguard their discoveries, and initiated diplomatic outreach to manage relations with other factions. The journey ahead was filled with uncertainty, but the crew was prepared to face whatever challenges came their way. They had uncovered a powerful artifact and forged valuable alliances, and they were committed to exploring the potential of their discoveries while safeguarding their mission. As the Echo Star ventured back into space, the stars seemed to shine with new possibilities. The path forward was uncharted, but the crew was ready to embrace the adventure and continue their quest for knowledge and discovery. The echoes of the past had guided them to this point, and the future was filled with promise and opportunity. The crew of the Echo Star was poised to make a lasting impact on the galaxy, and their journey had only just begun.